which of the Bulls three-peat was better to y'all?
See,
Come on, man.
Okay. Which one of the?
Okay.
Here's my thing. I saw Stephen A. and them talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. That's why I want to bring it to the table.
Here's my thing.
What's that?
They're a wash. It's a wash.
No, it's not.
How not?
Go ahead. I'll let you finish first.
Like, how is one? Okay, because like the second half, he beat
Utah twice and he beat
Utah twice and the Sonics.
First. Yep.
Okay, the first time he had to walk through the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Old Lakers. It wasn't the '80s Lakers, but go ahead. My fault.
Was Magic playing?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
So alright, man. Magic was playing.
They had Kareem though. Kareem was the one doing all the work. I mean, not doing all the work, but Kareem was the man in the '80s too. So it was a different.
They was in the finals though. They was in the finals.
Yes, with Kareem. Or are you talking about without him?
I'm talking about when they played well enough to get to the finals. Okay. I'm saying
right.
They beat them. Who they beat? Portland. Was it Portland another year?
They beat Portland and Phoenix.
Right. The Phoenix squad wasn't stacked. The squad wasn't stacked.
That was a good team.
I mean, Dan Marley was the second best player. They weren't stacked. Whatever.
That was a good team.
Kevin Johnson.
They got to the finals.
That team was stacked, man. Wasn't nobody finna beat them but Jordan. But anyway, the reason I say that is because look, okay, yeah, the second half had more of the names that you might want to see. But then you also had more players on the Bulls who were more veterans. You had your Tony Kukocs. You had all of that. That first three, like Mike just got off. He was just getting off. It was him and Scotty and the big men. He was just getting off. Like, it wasn't that he did not use skill. The second one was more skillful. The second one, like they were saying, he ain't floating no more. So he got that fadeaway nasty. You know what I mean? He killed your whole double team with a pump fake, with a fake pass, type shit like that. The first one, man, that boy said, I'm coming for your ass. Like, you finna get all these buckets. Like, Charles Barkley, I remember he said that, I'll never forget, because we was moving in the middle of the playoffs. I was 9 years old, third grade. Charles Barkley, they had won one of the games to stop the championship. I think it was game 5 because they was going to sweep them or whatever. So I was say, yeah, we just stopped all those fools in Chicago because they would have tore stuff up trying to celebrate, whatever, what have you. Man, Mike came out the next game. Man, it was over. It wasn't close early. Like, so I'm just – Mike wasn't cutting no losses in the first one. He was coming at your neck. Not that he wasn't the second one. The second was more like an assassin, skilled, like, I'm coming in here. You ain't finna fuck with us. I just thought the first one was more exciting in my book. John, go ahead.
No. P rebutted that real strong. Go ahead, P.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
And the 95-96 season, without a doubt. And the reason why is because not only what they did in the regular season to go 72 and what's that, 72 and 10 if I know how to do math. Yeah. But then on top of that, they also finished it in the playoffs, man. And they finished it in convincing fashion because remember the year prior, they had lost to Orlando. When Mike came back halfway through the season, they lost to Orlando.
Then
he came back the final year, the next year, and swept them. Not only did they go through Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals, but they went through the Knicks as well. But then they win it in the championship. But then to win it in the championship too. Man, yeah, that 72 and 10 season is.
I mean, they won a championship every day. There's not one that they didn't win the championship.
But to go 72 and 10.
So you on the second half of the season then. You second half three-peat.
No, I'm on that one. Oh yeah, second. So we talking about 3P. Yeah.
But he's saying because of that. But because of that season is why you take this. So John.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with, like you said though. But you get like I like the second half of the season. Second half because of how Mike changed his game. Like he had took that little time out. He came back. And it was like, man, Mike, you couldn't stop him. He wasn't like always just attacking, flying in the air.
That jumper was so nasty.
That jump when he started getting that jump shot so clean. Mike used to talk, he can't really shoot. Man, Mike turned that J around into something crazy. Like you better not. If you put a hand in his face, it didn't matter. It's splash. Like that was amazing to watch. So much, and then like his passing got better. That second one was crazy. And that 70, like I said, that 72 and 10 just. Man, they just beating the hell out of folks. Folks was cheering when they beat that 72 and 10. Like confetti from the ceilings. Yes, we beat the Bulls.
Stephon Marbury jumped in Kevin Garnett's arms.
I remember you did say that.
He jumped in his arms.
Say that. So yeah, no, I'm like, but the first one was very exciting. The first 3P was very exciting. Mike was vicious. Like no one could stop him. Like you just hope that this mob would like not attack. Like that was fun to watch. The second,
he came down with 6 threes though in that, in the first one. So he could shoot back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's when Magic Johnson said the night before
he lost in poker or something, whatever.
Yeah, so he was already up. He was awake. Like, so, I mean, just shit like that.
The gym shooting. That's crazy.
They said the shrug wasn't about him hitting the shots. It was something totally different. It was about because when him and Magic was on. So.
Oh wow. he in there busting their ass and then thinking about something else.
Yeah, he was thinking about the game. He's thinking about poker.
Oh no, this is what the story was. So Magic was doing a broadcast on the side, and him and Mike must have been playing poker, I think, or something the night before. Right. And Magic beat him. And then so that's when Mike looked at him and was like, I must be hotter. Or maybe Michael won. I don't know the full story, but yeah, that's where Mike looked at him and shrugged. Yeah. He was shrugging at Magic, not at him dropping off 6 3.
Yeah, it wasn't. It had nothing really to do about that. But no, either way, first or second half, that motherfucker was beautiful to watch.
Oh yeah, for real though.
I still think it was a little different because you retire for a little bit, but then you come back, and then the target is still on your back. And not only is it still on your back, but you still produce 3 championships.
Listen, I don't do this a lot, but I'm gonna change my stance. The reason why is like I just thought right now, it ain't that the second half had more memorable moments for me. Not just the shot over Brian Russell. I could call him Byron and disrespect him, but I'll call him Brian. Not just that. The Gary Payton series. Like that. I remember Gary came down and yoked one. And Kobe
and looked at him.
Yeah, my bad. Mike was behind him. Said something to him. Hershey Hawkins had the worst. Hershey Hawkins had the worst next 5-10 minutes he had ever seen.
Man.
Like, quit getting switched off on him, Hershey. Like, you getting it for Gary.
When Hershey Hawkins would get switched on the mic, like Mike, it was just like lunch. Like, wait, barbecue chicken. Like, man, Mike was
Gary was already lunch. Gary was lunch too. But
like Gary was fun to watch, like, and talk with him. Gary was going back at it. That was fun, man. That was a fun ass series. Yeah. Man. Like,
there was so many memorables.
I would think that you almost like at first you were like, man, that could be really interesting. They might be able to get Mike in there, but Mike just turned on another gear.
4-2 every time. 4-2. Get out of here. Mike, you're giving you one.
Man, for real. Like here, we'll hand you one. Mm-hmm. Like Mike, and that's it. Like, oh my God, that was just fun basketball, man. And that, like I said, the show coming out, man, that's gonna be dope for the shorties to see this shit because like it's something different. Like Bron dope. Like I've grown to love Bron. Bron is amazing, but you ain't see Mike.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey,
you ain't see Mike.
Scottie Pippen said, John, I think we talked about this before. Scottie Pippen said teams would lose off their intro music. The intro, see, kids don't understand. When you hear that music,
the United Center music.
When you hear that,
man,
morning guard, 6'6".
Man, you just you ready? You say Mike's finna bust their ass. You know Mike's finna bust their ass.
Did y'all hear the story about behind the music? How that song was produced?
Man, I did, but I forgot about it. I can't remember the story all the way.
It's this white dude. He said some guy gave him a chance. Like he was a jingle guy. He did a bunch of things. Like, hey, we need something for this, that, and the other. He said he called his voicemail because that's how he would do things. And if he ever had ideas, he'd call his voicemail and leave a recording. So he said he was just like like some shit like that. It just was fucking with it on the thing, and it evolved into what now is the greatest fucking sports intro music to ever be produced.
Like, when you hear that, you know it's serious.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
Around and shit.
Like, something's finna go down. You ready? Man. Okay, it's serious right now. So ball finna go on. Like, man.
And then Jordan and him come out running out the tunnel, nigga chewing his gum and shit. Over. It's over.
Basketball, man. Oh, man.
I almost cry right now.
For real, oh, God.
I almost cry.
Oh, my God. Michael. Bulls, man. Woo. That's a good time, man. Just sure to get to see that, man, because that was some ball, man. Like, all that contact, how physical it was, man.
Right.
Like after the Bulls game, you go out to the hooping, like, man, you better be ready to get beat up a little bit. Like it was some serious hitting out there because that was some fun basketball. A lot of contact, Miles pushing.